You know us guys, we know the drill. We see you, you're beautiful, you look successful, you look like everything we want in a woman. But then reality strikes after some times. Then we begin to see those small issues. That's emotional chaos, the constant drama. Those kind of things tell different story. I'm not talking about the rules. I'm not talking about cooking. I'm not talking about the cleaning skills and all those ones. I'm talking of emotional maturity. I'm talking of emotional stability that makes a house a home. We are breaking down 5 core truths that makes every man hesitate, even though he likes you, even though he sees you as the one. These are 5 essential things that makes a man sees you as not a wife material. If you're ready for hard facts, keep watching. Let's start with that one habit that kills trust faster than any other one. That is when you cannot own up to your own mistakes. Oh, that thing kills trust faster than anything. If you can't own up to your own mistake, you are a massive risk. Guys, if she can't own up to her own mistake, she is a massive risk. Massive risk. If you can't really tell if she knows that she has done something wrong, but at every point she wants to blame you, she looks for a way to turn it back and blame you, that is a risk, my guy. That is a big risk. A big risk. You can't afford that. A man don't want that. Okay, here's a study for you. Study shows that a long-lasting relationship maintains a 5-to-1 positive to negative relationship ratio. And studies shows that that ratio drops so bad when one of the partner fails to take responsibility for their actions. So if he or she cannot take responsibility for their actions, that is a big risk. It's not going to last. It is not going to last. I promise you that it is not going to last. You see, when a man sees that you can't take responsibility for your actions, when he sees that you always find a way to turn back the blame on him, all he sees is the cost of conflict. All he sees with you is a future of conflict without solution. When you constantly use words like, you never do this for me, you always do this, even when you are wrong, that is a big risk for a man. He wouldn't see future with you. He would not see any future with you. Let's take, for example, imagine you missed the flight and I said, come on, you should have woken me up and you made me miss that flight. A responsible woman, a responsible partner will say, oh, I missed the flight. It was my own responsibility. But I would love it, even if I forget, that you will remind me next time. See the difference. See the difference. Big difference. A man will know, the partner will know at that point that yes, you know it was your responsibility, and the blame is not only on me as the man, as the guy, but the blame is mainly on you, but you needed me to have supported you, to help you. Big difference. Unlike the first one, all the blame is on the guy. You are the one that made me lose the flight. You are the one that made me miss the flight. You are the one that made me miss this appointment. That's a future of conflicts and no resolution. So, number 2 is the financial red flag. Living beyond your means. It's not about how much you earn monthly. It's not about how much your income is. No. That's not about it. When you always want to constantly spend money that are not yours, and you want to hide it away from your partner, you don't want the partner to find out. You bought a wig, you hid it. You bought that shoe, you hid it, you hid the receipt. You bought this, you bought that, and you're hoping that your partner doesn't find out. And you're actually buying it on credits. That is a big risk. That is a financial risk. It is important that you know how to communicate your finances, how to manage your finances, not just about managing it for yourself, but being transparent and honest about what you bought and what you earn, what you've spent and what you earn. It will allow both of you to be able to plan for the future. But when you bought that thing, that's a negative. He doesn't know. Now he's planning based on the positive, and he doesn't know that you're already owing different banks. That is a big red flag. And that actually destroys trusts. Hiding money, when they eventually find out, this man will know that I can't trust this lady, I can't trust this woman with anything. Now just imagine you've been hiding your expenses from him, your debts from him, and you eventually got married. He knows that when you call the house management's money funds A, you won't find it as A. You will have added extra and you would run him down into debt. Men avoid this. Men avoid this. Okay, let's give a practical example. You're just ordering shoes, you're ordering bags, and when your partner asks you, how are you able to afford this? You just say, I deserve it. I've worked hard. I've worked so hard. I deserve it. That's what an immature partner says. A mature partner will beforehand meet the partner and say, let's go through my budget for the month. I want to prioritize this particular shoe. So let's see how I can afford it and I won't run into debt. That's how a good partner, a wife material, talks. Statistically, financial infidelity and hiding debts or hiding some expenses is one of the leading cause of divorce. One of the leading cause of divorce. So men don't want someone that hides finances from them. So number 3, unmanaged emotions. If you cannot manage your emotions, in fact, that's a big red flag. It is a big red flag to men, because as a man, we want a predictable emotion. You want to be able to know, is she mad at what I did? And I know the extent of how she'll be angry. What am I dealing with? We don't want, what am I dealing with here? What is she going to do? What is this? What is that? Is she going to blow down my roof? Is it going to bring down my roof? Is she going to destroy my car? We don't want all those kind of things. Emotional stability is very important when you can manage your emotions. That's what men want. You should be able to manage your emotions. If you can't manage your emotions, he's not going to pop the question, because he doesn't even know how you're going to react if he pops the question. There's a lot of years you guys are going to spend together and they cannot predict your emotions. It's a big red flag. You to think about it. Think about it. You guys are going to spend the rest of your life together and he doesn't know if you will flare up on little things or you're going to manage it as expected, as a pro, as a mature lady. He's not going to pop the question. And here's the study. Study shows that feelings, whether it's anger, whether it's peace, whether it's anxiety, are actually transferable, highly transferable between partners. So if you are the one with the madness, there is a possibility of you transferring that madness to your spouse. So man, a mature spouse will avoid another spouse with an unmanaged emotions. Okay, let's give an example. He forgets to pick up a crucial item. An immature woman will yell and shout, "That's how you've always been. That's how you don't put me in mind. You don't do this. You don't treat me as expected." That's an immature woman. Yes, it is important you communicate your frustration, but a mature woman will communicate it. "I feel frustrated because that item is actually very important to me, and I am disappointed that you forgot it." A spouse hearing that will know how deeply you are hurt and won't want to repeat that if they love you. But if you had yelled and shouted and did that, the guy would not even be able to reason. He won't be able to understand your hurt. A man will commit to a woman who provides him with psychological safety over any woman that yells at him and increases his high blood pressure at any chance she gets. Number 4, it shifts in focus from what I need to what I can give. That is number 4. See, the mentality shifts from being a taker, always taking, to a giver. Is the difference between dating and marriage. That's the big difference between dating and marriage. The big difference between dating and marriage is the mentality shift from always being a taker to also being a giver. Are you keeping a scorecard? 6 months ago, you bought me this. 5 months ago, you bought me only this. 4 months ago, you did only this. 3 months ago, you didn't even do anything. 2 months ago, you tried small. You did this, you bought me weak. And this month, you've not done anything. No. What have you done for him? What exactly have you done for him? Have you been intentional towards him as well? Or you just taking? You just like taking? I need to be spoiled. I'm a baby girl for life. He won't pop the question. A man that feels valued by his spouse, by his partner, is the one that pops the question. A man that doesn't have to tell you that he's tired before you know he's tired. A man that doesn't have to remind you of a day in his life before you know that it is a day he cherishes in his life. A man that doesn't have to remind you before you think of getting him something that he loves or something that you think he needs. Okay, for example, you've seen that 2 of his tires are very bad. Very bad. And you know he's working hard. And you have the money. Or he probably gave you money for a week. Even if you can't buy one tire, you can save up and just say, I saw that 2 of your tires are bad, but I don't have up to money to buy a tire. But can you just add this so that you can buy the tire? That is being intentional. See, that man will fall in love over and over with you again and again. Seeing that someone actually cares about him, that triggers a big emotion. That triggers a big part of his heart, of his mind, of his self. But if you're always taking, all you care about is me, me, and me. I want this wig, I want this shoe, I want this bag. Let's go out, let's do this. Come on now. He's not going to pop the question. He's not going to see you as a wife material. No, not at all. So, be better, be better, be better. Number 5 is prioritizing your man's peace. Men love their peace. Come on. Men love their peace. If you can't be their peace, they are not going to commit to you. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. If you are not a man's peace, brothers, If she is not your peace, you should not commit to her. If you're not a man's peace, there is no reason why he should commit to you. A man deals with so many stress, so many troubles. As a man, is born into stress already. Is born into pressure, into being pressured. Pressure at work, pressure from family members, pressure from peers, different pressures, financial pressure, pressure from those that he's responsible for. And now he goes out to make money, to make ends meet, and he comes back home. And the first thing he meets again is pressure, stress, complaints, nagging. No man wants that. No man wants that. That's why you see most men, as wealthy as they are, they prefer to go to the bar first before even coming home. And they make sure they come home when everybody at home, including their woman, is asleep. I just need some peace to myself. Practical example, this man comes back home from office. He opens the door, and the first thing you say is, "Why didn't you reply my message this morning?" Or you come, you say, "Why are you coming by this time of the night? It took you extra 1 hour. What's the matter?" Stress at work, double stress at home. No man wants that. No man wants that. But a mature woman, even though he has done something to offend you, a mature woman will say, "Hey, welcome, baby. How was work today? Let me help you with your bag. Do you want to shower before you eat?" Even the man, if the man was coming with stress, those kind words will bring him down, will calm him down. See, a man will commit to any woman that is home for him, any woman that brings peace to his life. Because the world is stressful already for men. But when you bring peace, oh, you're the gold, you're the diamond, you're the sugar in their tea. You're the one they want to come home to. And they won't want to get home without meeting you there. So they will commit, they will pop the question, they will pop it however you want it to be popped. Peace? Men cherish peace. If you followed us to this point, please, let me just tell you, please just help subscribe, help like, help share this video. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. It is important that you subscribe. And if you want to know if you're in love, I made a video for you. Check it out here. I made a video for you, so check it out.